2014 meeting of the Library Board of Trustees to order. If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Next item on the agenda is public comment. And we have no public to make comments, so if we could start with the roll call of members, please.
Tara Price-Gritzmacher.
Ashley McGarity.
Joe Petteruti. Others in attendance?
Joe Sanford with the VA's office.
Not on. C.L. Quillen, Library Director.
Thank you. Okay, do we have verification of the posting of the agenda?
The agenda was posted. We had some technical difficulties, as I'm sure you saw in your packet, but it did get up there and get out.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, next item, consideration and possible action regarding the approval of the agenda as it's submitted, or if there are any revisions. No? Okay, then I'll accept a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
I'll make a second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you. Motion carries. All right. Have you ladies had a chance to review the minutes attached to the packet? They were rather lengthy, I know. Sorry about that. Okay, then we'll accept a motion to approve the minutes as submitted for the meeting of January 18th, 2024.
Motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, on to Library Board of Trustees reports. Do we have anything to report this month individually? No, not me either. Okay. Library Directors report. CL, your turn.
This might be our fastest meeting ever.
I-
The statistics are in your packet if anybody had any questions about any of that. Our physical circulation is up, which is good. I did notice and thought it was very odd, and I can't replicate the numbers. I looked at our overdrive statistics from last year, and I think that was a typo because I could not replicate them. They were much closer. We were actually just a little bit up from what I was able to run. So that was the only thing that I kind of thought was a strange anomaly, and I was like, wow, we really had that much usage, and no, I don't think we did. So
That wasn't the category that we had a little calculation issue with earlier or towards the end of last year.
well, no, it was actually in the total circulation because
Okay,
things were being
thank you.
counted twice. So I don't think that accounted for that, and I had also gone back and updated those numbers. So yeah, I'm thinking that there must have been a typo or something that happened there. So I wanted to call that to your attention. We already talked about the fact that I'm going to be going to Columbus in April for the PLA conference. The library and the museum are still working on and very excited about the Roaring Twenties event, which will be on April the 6th at the Arts Center. So I hope that everybody can join us for that. We had one person submit an application for the trustee position, and waiting to get together with Jim to take a look at that, although I did have somebody else just yesterday express some interest too, I think would also be good. So we'll see if that person gets their application in quickly and can, I'll have to talk to Jeff about whether or not we can include that since it's after the deadline.
Actually, we're going to re-advertise them now.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Julie's supposed to be calling you.
Okay.
Excuse me, Pam, do you know what the new deadline might be at this
I
point?
believe it was March,
Oh, good.
I think March 11th at 3.
Thank you. March 11th at 3 will be the new cutoff. Wonderful,
And
thank you.
it's probably up on our website already.
Perfect, thank you very much. It did
Okay.
seem like it went by kind of quick, the
Yeah.
application period.
Yeah, it did. It did a little bit. I think with the holidays and everything else. Yeah. We didn't do so well with the adult services librarian position. We had there had been about 40 candidates, and Joff and Kim had narrowed it down to 9 who met the qualifications. We went through those and we scored them. We had 4 that we had wanted to interview, and we had extended offers to interview, and 2 of them dropped out before we could interview them.
Hmm.
One of them was definitely not a good fit, and I'm fairly certain, although I have not heard definitively from Joff, the other candidate who we had extended an offer to had gotten some other offers, and it did not sound like that was going to be a go. So we're going to have to regroup and figure out where to move with that. I have started working on a code of conduct policy to supplement the county's policy because we've had a few issues lately. Everything has, been resolved and everything, but just it would be nice to have something more definitive to point to in terms of library-specific things.
CL, would that apply to staff as well as volunteers? Anyone that does help out in the physical building?
This is more of a code of conduct for patrons.
Oh, patrons, thank you.
Yeah. Just making sure that they're using the library appropriately and, not causing any issues. In the process of ordering some new library cards with our new logo, doing some collection cleanup, and hopefully doing a little bit of a mini makeover for the library. We have switched our email from CCCom hosting to Google hosting, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to collaborate on a lot of things. And I have the budget hearings next week, so hopefully we will get our budget passed and approved, or at least, until they can make all of the final approvals, but be good to know where we stand.
CL, as far as the email cut over to Google, will we be able to convert all the old CCCom emails over into the new system, or what will we have to keep both up and running,
No, there was about a week that we couldn't get pulled over. Unfortunately, it was a recent week, but the staff are trying to, go through that and manage and get things, making sure that they get things out. But other than that, I think everything has carried over. So,
Good.
yeah, was
Thank you.
relatively smooth. That was part of our technology problems because it caused the copier to not want, or the scanner to not be able to scan. So we had to resort to some other ways of getting that information captured.
Very good. Any other questions for CL?
Yeah, do you have an update on the empty bowls stuff?
Empty bowls, the Library Association and I talked about it. We were not able to get the school's participation this year. And so we've been in conversation with Jessica Rowe and the Art Center about doing some things. We decided that with the joint event in April, that it might make more sense to move that back to the fall. So I think at this point we're thinking about sometime in October, if we can find a good time for that. And I did actually just talk to Jessica yesterday. They are still, she's got an instructor who is committed to making the bowls, and so I just have to talk to the CLA and get their approval to fund the clay and the glaze and some of those other things so that we can get started. But yeah, at this point, we'll space things out so that we're not trying to do two things.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, ladies? No? Okay. So the next item on our agenda is to set the date and time of our regular library board meeting for next month. The date, it will be Thursday, March 28th at 3 p.m. right here in the Commission Chambers. Good for everyone? Very good. Okay. Next item is old business, of which we have none. So we'll move on to new business, action to approve the monthly budget report. If you ladies would like to take a peek at that, see if you have any comments. Any questions for CL? No? I do have one. On page 3 of the detail, account detail, under e-materials, I know we have a new line item for this going forward, but I wanted to see if you could talk to what the purchase involved for Joanne Fabric Store under e-materials. I know they
yeah,
group
well,
stuff under, but
That
you would.
actually, and it's in two places, so I'm glad you brought that out. It had gone under contracted services, and after thinking about it and like looking at the state report, I had it moved up to e-materials. It is for our Creative Bug database. So Joanne Stores does put that together. It's actually something that people can subscribe to on their own.
Oh,
If they want to personally subscribe, we get the same content, and that is one of the things that we've been offering for our patrons.
oh, okay.
So, yeah, but like that and Mango and some of the other things, while they are materials in a sense, they are electronic. So it made more sense to put them up there, and so ladies over in finance had moved that for me.
Okay.
So that's why you'll see it debited under contracted services at the bottom of that page.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Any other questions for CL? No? Okay, then. I shall entertain a motion to approve the monthly budget report as submitted.
I'll make the motion to approve the monthly budget report as submitted.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Sorry, I turned my packet inside out. Give me a second here.
Oh, and I neglected, because there it is up on the screen, but I neglected to get it into the printed packet, the gift fund, because that wound up going separate. I got it right after I sent the whole report, which is why you got it as a separate email.
That's
So.
okay. We can look at it here.
Yeah.
Are you ladies okay with that? I have to say, I'm getting a little attached to the blue on green down there.
It's very vintage.
Oh, dear. All right, so are there any questions for CL on the library gift fund,
Yeah, there really hasn't been any changes to it except whatever interest we've made.
right? Okay, then with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the library gift fund.
Motion to approve the library gift fund.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, last section on our agenda for public comment. And we have none, so meeting is adjourned at 3:16 p.m. Can't see so good from here, sorry.
Close enough.